What's up, guys? This is Gino J, the Construction King, on site. Today we have concrete. We're doing our crawl space wall. We're doing a 4 feet crawl space wall. I just want to take a moment and just talk a little bit about this site. We're right here in Atlanta, a little bit on the outskirts, and the lot is about almost 2 acres, a little bit over an acre and a half lot. And originally on our site plan, we were going to do a slab foundation. Once we took out a lot of these trees, the lot is fairly flat. It does slope a little bit. We originally calculated about 10 to 15 loads of dirt to build that slab up, but once we took out a lot of these trees, it left a lot of huge holes on the site. And when we did our calculation after the site got cleared, we needed about 40 loads of dirt. So what we did was we paused, and I went back to the drawing board and had my architect and engineer create a crawl space plan, 4 feet crawl space plan. And so that's where we're at today. About a week ago, the footings were poured, and today we're prepping to pour the crawl space. So I say that to say, just because the lot's flat, that does not always mean that it's going to be a slab. You really have to pay attention to where the water's coming from. And originally we thought we could have done a slab, but it turned out the crawl space is the best option because the lot does slope a little bit as you get into it. And the other thing too is when we start digging, we had to go down about a good 2 feet to find good soil. So you have to build your foundation on solid ground and good soil. So by going down an extra 2 feet and taking out some of those trees, we had to pivot and change it to a crawl space foundation. So don't be afraid to pivot. Because at the end of the day, how your house is positioned on that lot, making sure that it's graded properly, making sure that you're building on a solid foundation, making sure that you don't have water issues in the future, all those things matter. Right now, I have the boom pump here. One of the things that you want to keep in mind when you are pouring concrete, every concrete company is slightly different. Some concrete companies have one mix for a boom pump or a line pump or a regular mix. In this particular instance, they have a different mix for a boom pump and a different mix for a line pump. And all the boom pump is this, big truck with this, concrete pump arm, and the guy is standing there with a remote control and he controls it. So concrete goes into the pump and it comes out at the chute on the end, and it makes it a lot easier, of course, when you're doing your footings, your foundation. One thing to keep in mind is if you have like low power lines, sometimes those can be an issue. When we talked to them, we made sure we had enough clearance on the power lines up there so that he could get his truck in here. There have been cases where the streets are too tight or the power lines are too low and it just doesn't work, and you have to go to line pump. But those are some things to take into consideration when you are ordering concrete, if you are actually responsible for the concrete. If you're hiring a contractor that's doing concrete labor material, then of course he's going to deal with it. But if you're only responsible for the material, which is the concrete and the pump, you want to make sure when you order that concrete that they know what type of pump you're using so you can get the right concrete mix. So right now, man, the guys are prepping for the crawl space. So they're actually going in and they're spraying inside of the crawl space walls. And that's just going to make it easier on the back end once the concrete dries enough to be able to take the form boards off. And here in the next few minutes, man, we're going to get rocking and rolling and pouring concrete. If you want to learn how to build houses or you just enjoy content around building houses, make sure y'all hit that smash button. This is Gino J, the Construction King, man. I've built and renovated over 500 houses. And we teach people with no experience how to build houses from the ground up. And we just enjoy building houses. We enjoy documenting houses. So join, follow, smash that like button. This house right here is going to be dope. It's going to be almost 4,000 square feet, 2-car garage, rooftop deck. They got a slanted roof line that's going to be modern. 12 feet ceilings on the main, 10 on the top, man. It's one of the nicest houses that I think that I'm going to be building in 2025. I built the version of this house already a couple times, but this house right here, this is going to be it, man. I'm happy and I'm smiling for a reason because I've been super excited about rebuilding this house. The thing about building houses, you enjoy it And obviously you want to build a great product. Obviously you want to make a profit. But this house here, I'm more excited about the way it's going to look than the profit. The profit going to come because when somebody see this house, they're going to want to buy it. But I'm just super excited, man, because it's a part of my portfolio. And honestly, going back to like 4 or 5 years ago when I first built this house, you know, because I was building some starter homes and it was cool. I liked them. I built some nice houses. But this was like the first transition type modern house that I built. And the feedback from it and the way people loved it and the way it looked, the way I enjoyed it. It was just dope. So this house has a special place in my heart. So we went back to the drawing boards to figure out how can we make this house bigger and better and improve it. And we did it. Well, we're about to do it. So if you want to see the entire process, hit that like button, smash the like button, man. Y'all follow, leave comments. We're going to get back to you. But until next time, man, it's Gino J, the Construction King, and I'm out.